Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Greater Boston League Baseball. Lynn English, entertaining Lynn English Bulldogs, entertaining the Revere Patriots. Revere coming in at 4-6, trying to get a little bit closer to that 500 mark, get something going. English, 5-5, trying to get over 500, coming off a big performance by Engel Thomas, pitching a no-hitter. Congratulations to Engel Thomas. We're sorry he did it on the road, so we didn't get it on TV. Cariel Benzin is on the mound, and he's throwing to Elian Pena, the catcher. This is a makeup game. This was like the first game of the season. And Rich Avery, who was the keeper of the keys here at Fraser and Manning Field, was a little bit worried right off the bat, a makeup game, because it's very difficult to get back in the swing of things and get makeup games made up because there's so many teams playing here. But it turned out it was the only one. So it made it easy for Rich. So they're playing here. Christian Flores, the second baseman for the Patriots, will lead it off against Benzin. Hit foul out of play. English missing a big piece of their pie. Gilbert Galva, normally the first baseman, is sitting out. I know he got hurt a while ago. We hope he's going to be okay. Hopefully they can get him back. Kyle Furlong is filling in for him at first base. In for a strike. 1-2 the count. Missing wide for a ball. Count evens at 2. Trapped out in front of the plate. Benzin helps himself, gets to it quickly. Good strong throw to Furlong. Flores gets an extra step, being left-handed. He gets down the line quickly, made it close. But Benzin throws him out for the first out of the game. And now it'll be pitcher against pitcher. Dominic Bellia, pitching for the Patriots, will be the hitter, facing Benzin. High for the ball. That weather, we were here Monday night for St. Mary's. It was overcast and fog and cold. Classical game yesterday was okay. The weather was good. It was up in the 70s. The weather today all day was pretty good. Now it's a few dark clouds coming overhead. Solid shot past third base. He got way out in front of it, pulled it foul. So it's cooling off a little bit. And now, I don't know if we'll get tomorrow's games in or not, because it's supposed to rain all day. And we got a rare doubleheader coming up on Saturday. This being Thursday, a rare doubleheader coming up on Saturday. Solid shot again, and he hit it well, but way out in front of it again. And he just set off the alarm, and I think that's the coach. It hit his car, and I think that got the alarm going. He goes the other way, hits it in the right center field for a base hit. Galva gets to it quickly and holds it to a single. Good at bat by Belly, hang around for a long time and finally got a base hit. I'm glad it hit the coach's car. It was awful close to my car out there. Brendan Sack, the shortstop, is the hitter. High for a ball. The runner takes off in safely as the ball was dropped. So a stolen base gives Revere a runner in scoring position with one out here in the first inning. Solid shot to left field, going back deep, all the way back, off the base of the fence. They hold the runner at third. He hesitated to see if the ball would be caught. He should have scored easily. There was no way that ball was going to be caught. So the hitter gets a double, but the runner at second only goes to third. Second and third with one out for Ismail El Gabi, the third baseman. That was a shot, almost went out of the pocket, hit the base of the fence in left field. That was a shot by Shaq. High and tight for a ball. So Revere with a threat to get on the board first here in the top of the first. Popped up. Furlong, a step behind first base. That's a big out. So 2 outs now with second and third. George Papalambros, the first baseman, will be the hitter. I don't believe that runner from second base didn't score in that shot and a half off the fence in left field. In for a strike. Papalambros is the first baseman for the Patriots. Nice stop by Pena on a pitch in the turf. I have to remember it's not dirt. Umpire brought his right hand up, but he brought it up to say the pitch was wide. He waved it off. You don't want to do that. You give the outfielders a wrong idea of the count. Hit up in the air behind home plate. Pena's got a shot at it. Can't hold on. Papalambros gets a life. He had it, caught it, it rolled off his shoulder, off his hand, and it dropped. So we got deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss. English gets a huge break there, a pop-up and a strikeout after second and third with one out. Hard to believe that runner from second didn't score. A shot and a half by Belia, missed by a foot, maybe less, from going out of the park, and the runner from second only went to third. And it cost Revere. Coach Salvo must be shaking his head saying, how do we not score a run? A runner at second, the hitter gets a double and we don't score. So English escapes that rally in the first inning by the Patriots. And English will have a chance to get on the board first. Dominic Belia, who was the runner at second that didn't score on the hit, is on the mound. He'll be pitching to Frank Annunziata behind the plate. For English, it'll be Eward Beato, the shortstop, leading off. Gilmer Galva, the center fielder, bats second. Hitting third and pitching, Chariel Benzin. The cleanup hitter playing left field, Julian Rodriguez, hitting fourth. Playing third base and batting fifth, Wilfredo Perez. The second baseman, Engel Thomas, who just pitched that no-hitter in the last game, will hit number 6. Batting seventh and playing right field, Josue Prandy. The first baseman, Kyle Furlong, will hit number 8 and bring up the tail end of the batting order in the number 9 spot. And catching is Elian Pena. So Beato, the shortstop, will try to get it started. He's having a pretty good year for the Bulldogs, both offensively and defensively. In for a strike. I have to make sure because the umpire uses his right arm to signal the pitch outside as well. Chased that pitch, it was down and away. Quickly 0-2. Down the way, goes to the backstop. Swing and a miss. In on the hands, he swung right through it. So Belia starts his work with a strikeout. Gilmer Galva, the center fielder, will be the hitter. In for a strike. I guess it's a strike when the umpire points to the pitcher. Hit on the ground to short. They throw it away, and Galva's going to scoot over to second base. He dove head first into first base, and for all you young kids watching that, you lose a step when you dive to first base. You should keep running all the way through. It almost cost him because he slid into first, the ball got thrown away. It was behind first base, but he was able to still get up off the turf and go to second. Jariel Benzin has a chance to help himself if he can get a base hit here. Solid shot to left center field. By everybody, all the way to the fence. English is going to grab a 1-0 lead. Benzin helps himself with a big double. He hit that a long way to left center field. Rolled all the way to the fence. So the error hurts Revere, who looked like they had a run with a double and a runner at second base. Didn't score. English with a runner at second gets a double and the runner scores. Julian Rodriguez, the left fielder, is the hitter. Chop to third. They're going to have to hurry. Safe. And he dove head first, too. He made that play a lot closer than it would have been. Just a little tap towards third base. If he ran all the way through, he's safe easily. He made it close by head first, diving and losing a step. Wilfredo Perez, the third baseman, is the hitter. Way up and in, he got a piece of it and fouled it back. The runner takes off, swing and a miss. So it's second and third with one out. Swing and a miss. Both strikeouts have been swinging strikeouts. Engel Thomas, the second baseman. We mentioned the last game he pitched a no-hitter. So congratulations to Engel Thomas. In for a strike. Hit in the air. Everybody coming on, the second baseman takes it away. So English gets a run, but Revere get out of it fairly cheap. A run in, second and third, one out. A strikeout and a pop-up. Got Belly out of the inning, but English got out of it very cheap in the top of the first when a runner at second and a double to deep left field. The runner didn't score from second. So Revere doesn't score. English does, and English grabs a 1-0 lead at the end of one. 6, 7, and 8 for Revere as we start the second inning. Catcher Frank Annunziata will lead it off. Jeriel Benson has given himself a 1-0 lead with the RBI double he got in the bottom of the first. So he's got a little bit of a cushion to work with. In for a strike. This is different. You look, I don't know if you can notice, he's got a long red sleeve on his pitching arm. Chopped. Very nice play by Benson. I was about to say maybe you should let that go foul. But he got to it quickly, made a good, strong throw, and he throws the runner out at first base. So the first and the second inning both start with hitters being thrown out by the pitcher. I'm not sure what Coach Salva was talking to the plate umpire about something. I don't know if he thought the ball hit his hitter and it should be foul. And the hitter was going after the umpire. He was still at home plate. Give it to the umpire. And they had to tell him to go to the dugout. I think he thought, he went down the line like it was a fair ball. He didn't stop like it hit him. In for a strike. Joseph Angulo, The center fielder is the hitter. Benson was ready. Now he steps off. Angiulo steps out. Fouled that off the catcher. I don't know if we had a track meet over at Manning. I know we got a lacrosse game, St. Mary's lacrosse coming in now. They're getting ready over there. Track teams are leaving. In the turf for a ball. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Benson. 2 up, 2 down for Revere. Ivan Garcia, the left fielder, is the hitter. Waves at that pitch. Good pitch on the corner for strike 2. Benson lost his hat throwing that fastball. Benson's taking a lot of time. Now he's ready. Waved at the pitch. It was way down and away. And they throw him out at first. That pitch was down in the turf. So back-to-back strikeouts, a 1-2-3 inning. Revere is down in the second. Three strikeouts for Benson in 2 innings. And for English, it'll be the bottom 3, 7, 8, and 9, to face Dominic Bellia, who will be starting his second inning of work. Not one of the long trips to get here to Fraser from Revere, since English and Classical gone over to the Northeastern Conference a few years ago. But still difficult for Somerville, Medford, Malden, Everett. Especially for 4 o'clock games when there's traffic all over the place. Traffic getting here, then when you get in the city, the traffic all over the city. Josue Prandy, the right fielder, will lead it off. Prandy played some second base earlier in the season. In for a strike. Quickly 0-2. Thought about it, held up as the pitch broke down and away. Popped up, it's going to go out of play. Hit foul again. I'm glad we settled down. Annunziati was the hitter that was at home plate, bickering with the umpire when he was thrown out at first base on a little tap of the third. He had to come back out because he's the catcher. So he has to be right there with the umpire again. Brandy swings through that one for strike 3. One up, one down. Kyle Furlong getting the start at first base. And again, we hope Gilbert Galver is okay. Just saw his life passing for him. He had a deck under that one. That was way inside. Almost hit him in the head. Hit in left field for a base hit. Solid shot between third and short. And English is a base runner for Elian Pena, the catcher. With the top of the order, Eward Beato on deck. Let's see if English, they stole in past games. Let's see if they try to run again. Curveball's in for a strike. Furlong looked like he was getting a little antsy, like he might be going. Got out a little bit, they threw it over, he dove back. Waved at that pitch, it broke way outside. Way wide for a ball. 1-2 the count. Hit to deep short, they knock it down, they got no play, it'll be an infield hit. Sack stopped it from going in the outfield. But back-to-back hits, not bad from your number 8 and 9 hitter. And Coach Salvo's coming out, and they're going to check on the shortstop. He dove, went down. He's up. Let's hope he's okay. So Furlong with a solid shot to left. Pena with a ground ball that the shortstop knocked down, kept in the infield, but infield hit. So 2-on with nobody out, with 1 out, for the Bulldogs. Eward Beato struck out swinging in the first inning. Up for the second time against Belia. Wide for a ball. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count with Gil McGalva on deck. way up and in. Count goes 3-1. And that's ball 4. So after he struck out the first batter, 2 hits and a walk have loaded the bases for the Bulldogs, and Gilbert Galva, he grounded to the shortstop when the ball was thrown away at first base. He was able to reach second, and he scored on Benson's double. And that's the difference in the game right now, 1-0 here in the second inning. And he's got a chance to add to that with the bases loaded and 1 out. Popped up into right field. Right fielder coming on. It bounces in for a base hit. The runner's going to keep going home. Safe at the plate. Everybody running. Pena went to third when the ball got thrown away. He just kept coming. Looked like the right fielder lost it. Long run for the third baseman. Runs out of real estate. Look, worried about the fence. So 2 runs in, second and third, still only 1 out. Benson got a big double, hit a shot to left center field his last time up, knocking in the 1 run that gave English the lead. Popped up with the infield drawn in. That's going to be tough. Nice play by the shortstop. They had the infield in. Sack had to go a long way, a step or 2 out to center field on the turf, and made a very nice defensive play. Takes a hit away from Benson and a run right now away from English. But that little pop-up by Galva dropped in. The throw to third was towards left field a little bit. And Pena just kept running, and he beat the throw home. Hit foul again. Rodriguez got a base hit. His 1 trip. And he's got another hit here. That's going to be 2 more runs. In the gap. In with a double. Second extra base hit. Big 2-out hit by Rodriguez. Four runs in the inning makes it a 5-0 game. Brings a trip out to the mound. It started with a strikeout. 2 hits and a walk, loaded the bases. Galva dumped one into right field. After a pop-up on a great play by the shortstop, Sack, to take a hit away, or this inning would have been even worse. A big 2-out hit by Rodriguez, the double. Knocks in a couple.
I'll call you back.
Wilfredo Perez struck out swinging his 1 trip. Popped up. It's going to be back over everything out of play. Way wide for a ball. Swing and a miss. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. High for a ball. The count goes full. Hit in the air to center field. Couple of steps to his right. Center fielder Angiulo makes the play. English sends 8 to the plate. 4 of them score. And they've opened up a 5-0 lead over Revere at the end of 2. Revere needs a rally. English has put 5 on the board. As we start the 3rd inning, it'll be 9-1-2 for the Patriots. Nicholas Rupp, the right fielder, leads it off. So Benson, when he started the 2nd inning, had a 1-0 lead. Now he starts the 3rd, he's got a 5-0 lead, so he's got to feel pretty good. Big base hits along with a walk. Swing and a miss, and a big 2-out hit by Rodriguez. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Four strikeouts for Benson. That's 3 in a row. He struck out the last 2 hitters in the 2nd inning, and he gets the first one here. Christian Flores led off the game, bouncing it to the out in front of the plate. Benson made a nice play and threw him out. Lined in the center field for a base hit. So right now there's been 7 outs in the game for Revere. 4 of them are strikeouts. 2 of them Benson has assists on, so he's been involved in 6. Of the 7 outs. Furlong made the other put out with a pop-up. Revere running. Flores steals second base. Dominic Bellia, the pitcher, singled. He was the one that he was on second base when the on-deck hitter, Brendan Sack, hit a shot. The shot hopped the left field fence, almost went over the fence. And he only got to third base. He didn't score. And that put runs at second and third, and a pop-up and a strikeout got English out of the inning. Revere didn't score. And that was a bad omen to start the game. That one bounces to the Revere dugout. So a hit, a stolen base, and a wild pitch puts a runner at third for the Patriots with nobody out. So Bellier can help himself and his team to get on the board. He'd love a hit, but he wants to put the ball in play. The 3-0 pitch coming up. And on 4 pitches, Bellier was on for the second time. So first and third for Brendan Sack, and he came as close as you can come to hitting the ball out of the ballpark. He hit a shot that was maybe a foot and a half from going over the fence. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Threw it up and in, he swung right through it. Hits it foul off to the right side, out of play. Hit to second base. Furlong went way off the bag. I don't know where Furlong was going. There's an easy play for the second baseman. Sack winds up with an infield hit. He gets an RBI. Furlong went way out to get the ball. English gives one away there. So it's first and second with a run in with one out instead of two outs. Down the way for a ball. Ismail El Gabi popped to the first baseman. He's the Patriot third baseman. If Furlong gets the ball, he doesn't have a play. He's got to stay at first base. In for a strike. Now I guess he's saying he pointed with the right arm. That's one of those where he pointed it's outside. So the umpire's a little bit confusing. Three and 0. And he walks on 4 pitches. So the bases are loaded with one out. This inning started with a strikeout. English started the second inning with a strikeout. They scored 4 runs. Revere starts with a strikeout. They get a hit, a walk, a hit, and a walk. And that play at first base is huge. Furlong has been playing first base late in the game at times. Gilbert Galver is the first baseman. Furlong has got playing time behind home plate as a catcher. He's pressed in the service at first base, and he went way off to his right to try and get the ground ball and had no play. And there was nobody to cover first base. Thomas fielded the ball but had nobody to throw it to at first base. George Papalambro struck out swinging his one trip. Revere looking to get back in it. It's now 5-1, but they got the bases loaded and one out. Hit to right field, coming on, making the play. Safe at the plate. The runner goes to third, they throw it away. So they get the second out. The runner scores from third. The runner scores on the error. So they put 3 on the board. Swing and a miss. Frank Annunziata, the catcher, he's the one that bounced to the pitcher, and I have to think he thought the ball hit his leg. He took off running to first base, he got thrown out, and he stayed at home plate and came back to home plate and was having a discussion with the umpire. And the umpire still motioning with his right arm that the pitch is outside, so you don't know whether he's saying strike or ball. He's using that right arm for everything. That last pitch was outside. The umpire signaled with the pitch being outside, but he did it with the right arm. Chased that pitch, it was down, and the count goes 1-2. So a bizarre inning here. A ground ball that was an easy out turned into an infield hit. A fly ball that, nice catch in the outfield by Prandy. They got it back home, but then they threw it away and let the runner score. Way up and in. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner at base number 2. Strike 3 called, and he's going to not be happy with the umpire again. So it started with a strikeout, it ended with a strikeout, but it was a little bit of a bizarre inning for English. As Revere gets a little bit of a comeback, they put 3 on the board. 2 hits, 2 walks, and an error. Five strikeouts by Benson. He's given up 2 walks, and one of them is scored. And Revere is back in it, as it's now 5-3. Going into the bottom of the third, and it'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Bulldogs. So a little bizarre, like Revere not scoring in the first inning on a double off the fence with a runner at second base. And then English getting a runner at second on an error and scoring on Benson's double. Engel Thomas, Josue Prandy, Kyle Furlong will be the 3 hitters that Dominic Bellio will face starting his 3rd inning of work. He's back in a little bit after being behind 5-0. Revere has closed it to 5-3. I think we're going to get some warm-up action for the Bulldogs. Prandy struck out swinging his 1 trip. Wide for a ball. I think it's Gilbert Galva going out to loosen up. Swing and a miss. This is Engel Thomas, the hitter. If I can read my score sheet correctly. And he rips it into left field for a base hit. He popped up to second as one trip. So he leads off with a base hit. This is Josue Prandy, who swung and missed for strike three, his one trip. Diving back is Thomas at first base. Thomas takes off. The throw is wide. He steals second easily. So a runner in scoring position for the Bulldogs with nobody out. Second stolen base by the Bulldogs. Popped up. First baseman almost doesn't have to move. Papalandros makes the play. So one away with the runner at second. Kyle Furlong got a base hit and started that 4-run inning. He scored the first run in the second inning. Chops it foul behind home plate. Waves at that pitch. Up and away, swung right through it. And quickly it's 0-2. Popped up foul is going to go up in the seats. Way wide, goes to the backstop. So the wild pitch moves Thomas over to third. So now Furlong looking to get a run home. Again, would love a base hit, but put the ball in play as Revere shortens up a little bit in the infield. Swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout. Four strikeouts for Belia. Ilian Pena got an infield hit. He hit the ball going into left field. The shortstop, Shaq, knocked it down in the infield. And that was in the second inning. He came around to score the second run in the inning. Pitching inside. Top of the order, Eward Beato on deck. Chop slowly to second base. They got to hurry. They throw Pena out. Nice play by Flores, the second baseman. So English gets a hit, a stolen base, and a wild pitch. The runner goes to third, stranded there. We finished 3 in this Greater Boston League battle. English leading Revere 5-3. 7, 8, and 9 for Revere as we start the 4th inning. Joseph Angiulo struck out swinging. against Benson, who will be starting his fourth inning. Yeah, Benson had a little bit of a hiccup in the third inning. He walked two, and one of them scored. And they had that little bizarre play where the fly ball to right scored a run, and then the runner tried to go to third. Revere's not happy. They call him out. Another nice play by Benson. That's his third assist. We started the fourth inning. 3 of the 4 innings have started with Benson throwing out a runner. And people are bailing out. Looks like it's starting to rain. People are heading for cover underneath because the rain is coming, and it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, I guess. Waved at that pitch way up and away. This is Danny Howe. Danny Howe is hitting for the left fielder. 2 quick strikes. So now everybody moving all over the place to get away from the rain. Way up for a ball. Hit to Benson. He's going to make another play. His 4th assist, and he has 5 strikeouts. Again, 11 outs. Benson has been involved in 9 of them. 4 assists and 5 strikeouts. The right fielder, Prandy, and the first baseman, Furlong, have putouts. Two quick outs in the 4th as the fans scattered. Chopped foul behind home plate. Nicholas Rupp struck out swinging his 1 trip. Benson taking a lot of time. Swing and a miss. So he takes care of all 3 outs. 2 assists and a strikeout. He's been involved in 10 of the 12 outs. We're halfway through the ball game with English holding on to a 5-3 lead over the Patriots. Six strikeouts and 4 assists. We'll move into the bottom of the 4th, and it'll be the top of the order for the Bulldogs. As we're hoping the rain holds off a little bit so they can get the game in. But it's starting to come down hard now. It's coming down very hard now. So this is where it, and this is how it's supposed to be tomorrow as well. Through almost the entire day. And we're sitting in a press box and you can hear the rain hitting the seats and the dugouts, and it is really coming down. You look up in the lights, you can really see the rain coming down now. All of a sudden, everybody's scattering. Eward Beato has struck out, walked, and scored. I don't know how long the umpires are going to let this go. They might like to try to get 5 innings in to make it a game. But all of a sudden, Hit in the center field for a base hit. For the second inning in a row, English has the leadoff hitter on. The fans scattered when the rain started to come, and then all of a sudden it is pouring. Gilbert Galva reached on there and scored. Single knocking in two and scored. Foul, hit him in the box. Silva, now they're calling him out. They're calling him out, saying he was out of the batter's box. And just what we need with the rain coming down hard, a hard discussion over a play. Umpire saying he stepped out in front of home plate and got hit by the ball, which would be an out. So one away with the runner at first base. Terry Benson doubled in a run and had a hit taken away on a great play by the shortstop Sack. Revere had the infield pulled in, and they hit a little pop-up, and the shortstop Sack went out into short center field and picked it over his shoulder. Up and away for a ball. They stopped the lacrosse game over at Manning, but they keep playing the baseball game here. Pitching for ball two. Belly are changing baseballs. It's probably getting wet. It has slowed a little bit. Hit the other way. Foul. Everybody holding their breath and went deep down the left field line for the left-handed hitter and just bounced foul. So some of the Brave fans are still saying here they got up under the covering behind home plate. There are some that have left. Hit to short. They get one, the important one, the front runner. So two away. Julian Rodriguez singled, and then his last time up, he doubled and knocked in 2 runs. A big 2-out hit, and those 2 runs are the difference in the game right now. Missing wide for a ball. Swing and a miss. That's going to be out of play down that grassy knoll behind first base. The 1-2 pitch. Pitching wide, and we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. English leading by 2. Lined in the center field. He's got his 3rd hit. Keeps the 4th inning alive. For for Wilfredo Perez, who has struck out and flies to center field. And he gets hit by the pitch. Second time English has had the bases loaded, this time with 2 outs. Engel Thomas popped to second and singled. High and tight for a ball. High and tight again, almost hit him. Two-0 the count. Missing for ball 3, on the verge of walking in a run. Thomas gets an RBI. Josue Brandy struck out, popped to the first baseman. So it's now 6-3. The Bulldogs on top. Missing low for a ball. The umpire still using that right hand. High, ooh, he called it a strike. I was about to say high for a ball. 1-2 the count. Way inside. And we got Deuces Wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3 call, good pitch. But English gets another one. The hit batsman extended the inning, and then the walk drove the run in. So we finished 4. English on top of Revere, 6-3. We start the 5th inning. It'll be the top of the order for the Patriots. Trailing 6-3 to the Bulldogs. Christian Flores bounced to the pitcher, singled and scored. He scored one of the runs in that 3-run inning when Revere finally got on the board. Down and in for a ball. Flores is the second baseman for the Patriots. So 1-2-3 here in the 5th. Missing for ball 3. On 4 pitches, Flores draws a walk. 3rd walk given up by Benson. Dominic Bellier, the pitcher, singled in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd. Rain still coming down, in for a strike. popped up. Thomas, the second baseman, makes the play. I don't know if the umpires are trying to get this inning in to make it a game. Brendan Sack doubled, and he singled in a run and scored a run, and his was the ground ball that would have been an out at first base. The runner takes off. Out at second, he overslid the bag. He had the bag with the stolen base, and he slid over the bag. So 2 outs. Shaq hit the ground ball at first. The first baseman went way to his right. Instead of letting the second baseman make the play, it would have been the second out. And he wound up scoring a couple of runs after that because the sacrifice fly scored one, and then with the runner going to third, they threw it into left field. None of that would have happened. The fly ball to right field would have been the third out. Second walk in the inning, so that overslide of second base, it was huge. Instead of first and second, 1 out and the tying run at home plate, it's a runner at first with 2 outs. Ismail El-Gabi has popped to first and walked. In for a strike. It slowed down, but it's still coming down hard. It was really coming down hard. High and tight for a ball. Way up for a ball. Missing again. So how big is that throw out at second base when he overslid the bag? Instead of having the bases loaded and the go-ahead run at home plate, they have the tying run at home plate, but there's 2 outs. George Papalambros. Struck out, and he hit the ball to right field for an RBI in that 3-run inning. And that was the play when they threw the ball back, threw the ball to plate, the runner going to third, the ball was thrown away, and the run scored. Missing low for a ball. So 3 walks in the inning, but there's only 2 base runners because one of them is out. Fishing for ball 3. So he breezed through the first 2 innings. He walked 2 and walks another one. 4 walks in the inning. The bases are loaded, make a trip out to the mound. Again, the first walk stole second, but overslid the bag and got tagged out. Otherwise, it would be 6-4. The bases loaded and 1 out. As it is, they have the tying runs on base. The go-ahead run at home plate. But there's 2 outs for Frank Annunziata, who was bounced to the pitcher and called out on strikes. I think we're going to have a change. Gilmer Galvo will be the new pitcher. Benson goes to second base, and the second baseman Thomas goes to center field for the Bulldogs. 2 outs, the bases loaded for Frank Annunziata. Down and away for a ball. 4 walks in the inning, but they lucked out when one of them overslid second base, stealing the first walk. But then 3 more. Waves at that pitch. Way out in front of that curveball. Galva working quickly. High and tight for a ball, 2-1. Pop back foul. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rain has just been very steady. It really came down hard initially. It's still coming out hard, but way up and in, a very big pitch coming up for both teams. A big 3-2 pitch. Just not high enough or far enough for Furlong to go get it. Tapped down the right field side, past first base. And we'll do it again at 3-2. So it started out a nice night. All of a sudden, the rain is really causing a problem. Another big pitch, 3-2, the base is loaded. Galva trying to shut the door. The run is coming, swing and a miss. A huge strikeout. So English gives up 4 walks. So Benson, his sheet is covered. He goes 4 2/3. He gave up 4 base hits, struck out 6, walked 6. Only one of the walks scored. They lucked out there. Now the umpires are talking to both coaches. We played 5. It could be a game with 5 innings played. They're talking to the Revere coach. They talked to the English coach. And that's it. The game is going to be called. So English is going to get the win at 6-3 in a shortened game because of the weather. Bizarre game in the first inning. Dominic Bellia got a base hit, stole second. He was at second base when Brendan Sack hit a shot to left field that came within a foot of going over the fence. He didn't score from second base. They got a pop-up and a strikeout. He gets stranded at third. I don't know how he didn't score. English came back. Gilmer Galva reached on an error, got the second when the throw got by the first baseman. Scored on Benson's double to make it 1-0. English had a big second inning. After a strikeout, Furlong and Pena got back-to-back hits. Pietro got a walk to load the bases. Galva dumped the single into right field, knocking in 2 after an out. A big 2-out, 2-run single by Rodriguez made it 5-0. Revere answered in the third after a strikeout. Flores got a single. Bellio walked. A stolen base by Flores. A wild pitch put into the third. A walk put runners at first and third. An RBI single by Sack. A sacrifice fly by Papalambros. The throw came in. It got thrown wide. The runner was safe at the plate. The runner going to third. They threw the ball into left field. Sack scored the third run of the inning. Made it 5-3. English got another run in the fourth. Pietro got a base hit. Galva was out when he got hit, tried to bunt. Ball hit him out of the batter's box. A force play forced Pietro at second, so it was a runner at first with 2 outs. Rodriguez got a base hit. A hit batsman extended the inning, and a walk brought in the 6 runs to make it 6-3. And that was the final score. Flores led off with a walk in the 5th. He stole second, but he overslid the bag and was tagged out. After an out, 3 consecutive walks load the bases, the 4 walks in the inning. Galva comes in and gets a big strikeout to get English out of the jam, and the umpires say that's it with the rain. 5 innings is a legitimate game. English wins it by a score of 6-3 for the second win in a row. For English, Pietro had a walk and a hit, scored a run. Galva had a hit, reached on an error, scored 2, knocked in 2. Chariel Benson had a double, reached on the fielder's choice, scored a run, knocked in a run. Julio Rodriguez had 3 base hits, 2 singles and a double, knocked in 2. Wilfredo Perez got hit by a pitch that extended the inning when they scored a run. Engel Thomas had a single, a walk. The walk got him an RBI, came with the bases loaded. Carl Furlong had a base hit, scored a run. Elian Pena had a base hit, scored a run. And English wins it by a score of 6-3. They'll go over 500. They'll go to 6-5. Revere will drop to 4-7 as the rains really come down very hard now. They stopped it just in time. So 6-3, the slightly only 5-inning game canceled by the rain gets English the 6-3 win to go 6-5. Galva saves the day coming in with a strikeout with the bases loaded. Revere leaves the bases loaded, and English wins it by a score of 6-3 to go 6-5. Revere goes to 5-7. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.